Good day everyone, I'm Jerry Kabadanga from BAT4AXMA, and in this video we're going to talk about Chapter 6, the Philippines National Building Code. So let's start for the introductions. Introductions. The Philippines National Building Code, or the RA 6541, is an act to ordain the Institute of National Building Code of the Philippines. It does not conform with the development goals and infrastructure program of the government and does not adequately provide for all the technological requirements of the building structures in terms of up-to-date design and construction standards and criteria. Based on this, the Philippine National Building Code seeks to ensure that the builders adhere to the application of contemporary technical knowledge on building constructions or building design, occupancy, maintenance, and use. The government wants to use and leverage the technical know-how, professional know-how, and sources from the public and private sectors in the creation of a new national building code. So that's for all the introductions. So let's go to the next slides. General provision. We have two types of general. It is general building requirements and site requirements. General provisions on the building requirements and site requirements are as follow with the two of these, which is general building requirements and site requirements. In general building requirements, first one is all buildings and structures as well as the facilities that are attached to them must adhere in every way to the principle of safe construction and appropriate for the use for which they were intended. So the second one is environmental. Safeguard must be followed by any buildings or structures that are used to procedure or manufacture any types of object or good. And the last one is so, buildings and structures as well as all of their components and interior amenities must be kept in a secure hygiene and functional conditions. So before we proceed for the site requirements, so this general provision is we need to understand and to know that this is very important. So the site requirements is the land or site upon which be constructed and building or structure or an ancillary or auxiliary facility treated thereto shall be sanitary, hygiene or safe. And the last one for site requirements is site up or structures intended for human habitation or residence must be keep a safe distance away from the bodies of water, volcanic sites and or air sources that could catch fire or explode. The distance will be determined by the competent authorities. So that's all for general provisions. So we'll go to the next slides. So we have both types of constructions. So there are five of types of constructions, which is a type one is shall be constructed entirely of wood. So yung building meron siyang gawang wood lang entirely. Kumbaga buong kahoy lang ng isang bahay or building. So in type 2 shall be of wood construction. There shall be one fire resistant throughout with the exception that permanent excuse me. Non-variant partitions may use wood that has been treated or retired fire. So that's for type 2. Type 3 shall be built with the masonry and wood and any of permitted materials may be used for structural components. The construction of the exterior walls must be composable and fire resistant. So, yung part 3 naman is fire resistance daw dapat yung magagawa mong bahay. Sa nagawang bahay. So, type 4 be made of steel, iron, concrete or masonry and the wall ceiling and permanent partition must be built up to ng fire resistant materials. So, pwede na daw, pagdating naman daw sa type 5, made of steel na siya, iron, concrete or masonry. And Yung walls naman is ceiling na siya and permanent partitions. So, kailangan na fire resistant na din yung mga materials. So, that's for types of construction. So, yun, number 5 naman is shall be constructed of steel, iron, concrete, and masonry shall be for fire resistant throughout. So, that's all for types of construction. So, we're going to the next slides. Fire resistive requirements in construction. So, fire resistive requirements in construction. Knowing the fire system of the different types of buildings, construction will help managers determine what types of building is good for their businesses. This help by lessening the risk of loss to the business and prevent it as well. So, of course, when it comes to business, kailangan natin malesen yung risk so hindi tayo malugi and ma-prevent natin ito bago mangyari. So, that's for fire resistant requirements and constructions. Fire resistant standards. So, we have six is floor construction or solid RC slab. Second one is solid stress, concrete slab. Three is partitions, and four protection from metal structural members, and five exterior wall, and the last one is column. So, fire systems are all building materials as well as their types, assemblies, and combination must adhere to the fire system resistive rating. So, in this one, kailangan na sobrang resistant siya when it comes to fire. So, hindi dapat basta-basta siya um, matatalo ng apoy yung nag-aawang building or masusunog agad-agad. So, when it comes to this, kailangan mo talaga ng pinaka-advanced na fire resistance in a building. So, to maintain the fire integrity of neighboring structure, also all existing opening or on all firewall must be completely sealed. So, kailangan nakaseal yung buong bahay which is walang bintana sa likod or sa gilid ng mga bahay. So, yung ano natin, yung apoy, kung may mangyari man na sunog, is yung apoy is nasa loob ng bahay, hindi na siya kakalat pa. So, depending on how the building is used, particularly if it is for ventilation, there are exceptions. So, this is the examples. Below are sample of substandard building that have not followed minimum requirements of firewalls. So, itong mga nakabilog ay yung mga hindi nila So, ayun yung mga hindi nila sinunod. Ito hindi pwede yan when it comes to building a building. Hindi yan. Kasi maaaring lumabas yung apoy din kumalat siya within the at mga katabi na bahay. So, that's for the example of not followed minimum requirements of firewalls. So, maximum building heights. Proposed building maximum height and number of stories will depend on the types of use or occupancy, the type of construction, and the following factors, which is end user population density, light and ventilation, width of roads, streets, particularly of its roadway, carriageway component, building bulk of street count, of site parking requirements. So that's the maximum building height. So the maximum height and number of stories of proposed building in relation to environmental factors, local zoning laws, and land use plan land. So then second one is use plan, which is geological, hydrological, meteorological, or topographical. Then the next one is current traffic situation, availability and capacity of public utility and service system. So that's for the maximum height and number of stories of proposed building in relation to. And the next one is determination of building height, which is building height limits, or we call BHL, are generally calculated from the established grade line to topmost part of any proposed building or structure, and they must comply with the NBC rule. So that's for maximum building heights. So the example of it is these pictures. So the first one is the highest adjacent natural grade, which is ground surface. So or finished grade and side of surface, and perpendicular to flow with a difference in elevation of less than 3.00 meters shall be used to determine grades elevations. And the next one is the average grade level established grade elevation for spoofing grades perpendicular to row with a difference elevation of more than 3.00. So the next one is that towers, fires, and stepless should only be made entirely of incombustible materials and should not be used for storage or human habitations. So, so this is the last pictures. The tower um, cell characteristics or a lot's proximity to volcanoes or fault lines or location in relation to earthquake belts and other geological factors. So this one, the height of proposed buildings and structures shall also be governed by the following row based on limitation. The first one is regardless of use or occupancy, light size, lot size and dimension, etc. A PHL of 3 story or 2.9.0 centimeter maximum shall be observed if only one row serves a lot and such is 0.27 meter wide. So if a lot has one row and that row is only 4 to 5 meters wide, a base shell of at least 2 to 12 stories or 7.50 meters must be observed. So kailangan natin siyang i-observe kapag nasa 7.50 meters na siya. If a lot only has one row and that row is only 3 meters wide or less, base shell of 2 story or a maximum of 6 meters must be adhered to. So kailangan din natin siya i-adhere. So for properly approved high-density development such as planned unit development or PUD areas, taller buildings are permitted. So pwede na siya i-permit, which is pag dumaan na siya sa process. So that's for the one. So the following factors shall also be considered in the determination of the building height. First one is soil characteristic. A lot of proximity to volcanoes or fault lines or its location in relation to earthquake belts and other geological factors. The site's water table and distance from waterways and shore lines are two example of hydrological conditions. So ito yung binanggit natin kanina na fault siya. Yan, dito sa may fault. Dito sa may first part. Ayan, nandito na siya. Ayan. Then next, the third one is prevailing wind speed and direction, relatively humidity and frequently and how intensely destructive typhoons, monsoon winds, and rains occurs. So, kailangan matibay talaga siya. So, effects of environmental factors on a building or structure and vice versa along with efficient air, noise, and thermal pollution control, agent heat management, and light and shadow management, etc., and the enhancement of natural lights. So the last one is building structure and traffic condition and vice versa as well as weather parking and loading requirements are met in accordance with the rules, with the ease rule. So that's the following factors shall also be considered in the determination of the building heights. Oh, we're going to the next slides. Parking slot, parking area, and loading and unloading speed requirements. This one, environmental factors. For perpendicular parking or diagonal parking, an average car parking space must be calculated at 2.50 meters by 50 meters in size. So, para magkasya yung isang sasakyan sa isang sa 2.50 meters by to 5.0 meters. So, ayun yung maximum niya para sa isang car. So, the size of an average automobile car parking slot must be computed to 2.50 meters by 50 meters for perpendicular parking, diagonal parking. So, ayun yun. So, sa letter B naman, 2.5, 15 meters by 6.00 meters for parallel parking or diagonal parking. And yung standard truck or bus parking naman, loading slot must be computed at a minimum 3.16 meters by 12.00 meters. Then sa letter D, an articulated truck slot must be computed at a minimum of 3.16 meters by 18 meters, which should be sufficient to accommodate a 12 meters container van or bulk carrier along added prime mover. So, and E naman is jeepney or shuttle parking, loading and unloading slot must be computed at a minimum 3.0 meters by 9 meters. The parking slot shall be drawn to scale and the total number of which shall be indicated on the plans. So, kailangan talaga calculated siya. Every car is jeepney, bus, truck, yun. So, kailangan calculated mo talaga siya every slot. So, hindi sila magsiksikan sa isang slot. Then the last one is the parking space ratings listed on the NRCP table 6 for a minimum of street, off-row, common siting requirements for specific uses and occupancy for building structures, all to be located outside of the road right of way. So that's for RROW, the road right of way. So next one is minimum required of street, off-row, on-site parking slot, parking area, and loading and unloading space requirements by allowed use or occupancy. For every 1,000 square meters of gross floor area, provide one car, one slot, and one bus slot for every 100 workers. If number of workers exceed 200, one off-row or off-street passenger loading space that accommodate two QGIF na shuttle slot. So, bali magiging dalawang slots na yung ma-occupy nila every workers. So, for every 5,000 square meters naman for gross floor area, provide at least one loading slot for articulated truck or vehicle at 12 meters long, container van plus 6 meters length for a long hood 5 mover, and one loading slot for a stud truck. Provide truck monitoring area outside the flow within fractive or dot lines only. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. Bye.